I decided to tell Katie that I'd already spoken with Jay, and, not only that, he was on his way round, and that more than likely he'd be here when she arrived in 5 minutes' time. But as I opened my mouth to speak the words, the call ended, and I was left staring at my phone, wondering, for probably the 5th time today, what the hell is going on? I decided the best thing to do was to get out of my room. I shared a house with 4 other people, because sharing rent between 5 of us was the only way we could afford to live in this area. Because I'd been here the longest, I had the biggest room, the only one with an ensuite. I opened the door to my bedroom and looked out into the corridor. There was no sign of anyone. I couldn't hear anything coming from the bathroom opposite. Out of curiosity, I tapped 5 times on the bathroom door. Code for, is anyone in there? And opened it. The room was empty, as was the bath. No oversized feathered friend in there. I closed the door and walked down the stairs. There didn't seem to be any sign that a party had been going on anywhere but my bedroom, which was odd. "Hello," I called out. No answer. No music playing from Jean's room, so she was out, which was odd, because at this time on a Saturday she was usually banging out the tunes, waking up the whole house. "Saturday afternoon, everyone, come on!" Looks like I'm home alone, I thought. I did the magic knock on Jerry's door. No answer. I went down the stairs. The living room looked surprisingly clean. Like, not our house clean. Lisa might have had one of her cleaning episodes, which she sometimes did on a Friday night if she had lots of coke but nowhere to go. I sat down on the sofa and put my head in my hands. Was I going completely insane? The whole house seemed different somehow, but also, at the same time, completely the same. Yes, I decided, I am going insane. I stood up and went through to the kitchen. "Make yourself useful, Simey, old mate. Put the kettle on. Jay'll want a brew when he arrives, for sure." I poured water in the kettle, put 2 mugs on the counter and dropped a couple of bags in. Turning round to the fridge, I noticed something stuck on it. The note, obviously written in haste, by Jerry by the look of things, and in the leaky biro that we kept meaning to throw away but somehow always ended back in the pen pot, was brief and to the point. "Simon," it said, "where the fuck are you?" Then, scrawled underneath, this time in Lisa's writing, "Gone to Monkey's wedding, see you there." Fuck! Monkey was getting married. Is that today? I thought that was next weekend. I checked my phone. Shit! Completely lost track of the date. Seemed to have lost a week from somewhere. What to do? Monkey, or Kevin Mackey to people who didn't know him from clubbing days, was one of the original housemates. Me and him were the only 2 of the originals left until a couple of weeks ago when he moved out to his new house, him and his bride-to-be Emma, who'd been sharing his room, which since has become my room, in this house for a couple of years now, whilst they saved up to get on the housing ladder. I liked Emma, although, like a lot of nice, sensible girls, she didn't seem to like me very much. Monkey was, after Jay, probably my closest friend, and I had somehow forgotten it was his wedding day. Well, no, not forgotten. Somehow a whole week had slipped by without me noticing. Something in the back of my brain was nagging me. That was it. Last night, or rather a week ago last night, if everyone else's calendar was to be believed, was Monkey's stag do. I definitely remember getting ready to go out. Jay wasn't invited, of course. Monkey, like Katie, hated Jay. They always fought like hungry dogs over a juicy steak whenever they ended up in the same room. Ding dong! The doorbell, obviously. That would be Jay, or Katie. I wasn't sure which I wanted to see most now. I ran towards the door, and then suddenly I was on the floor, my face skidding along the hall, the smell of carpet burn in my nostrils. What the? I looked around. Stretching along the hall was a tripwire. It had certainly done its job, I thought. The doorbell rang again, and I picked myself up and rubbed my face. I pulled a couple of strands of carpet fibre from where they'd embedded themselves into my cheek. Ouch! That hurt. Just a bit. Ding dong! "All right," I said, aware that my voice sounded more than just a little bit huffy. I walked slowly over to the door, checking carefully for any other booby traps. There were none. Before opening the door I examined that too. Perhaps some psycho had trapped me in my own house and intended to torture me with dead giant bathtub birds, tripwires and electrocuted front doors. Gingerly I reached out and touched the door handle, and jumped back when the door suddenly juddered and banged. "Open up, for fuck's sake," I heard Jay say from the other side. "I feel like a right twat standing here on your doorstep, and I can see you're in there. What the fuck are you playing at?" I opened the door. Jay pushed past. "Christ," he said, stopping and turning around and leaning in close to have a look at my face. "What have you done to your face, Pieman? Looks like it's been burned. You've been stuffing your face with too many hot pies into your fat face, you greedy bastard." "Ha ha," I said. "Actually, I've rather lost my appetite of late." I pointed to the tripwire. "I don't suppose you know anything about that, do you, mate?" Jay looked at the tripwire and whistled. Is that responsible for the carpet burn on your face, Pieman?" he said. "Wow, someone went to an awful lot of trouble to make you look uglier than normal. Did you enjoy your trip?" He walked over to the tripwire and examined it. "Not one of mine, obviously," he said. "I'd have put it in the bathroom, aiming to have you land headfirst in the bog." I hope my facial expression was showing how unfunny I thought Jay was being at the moment. "So," he said, "things seem to have got a bit weird of late. Tripwires in your hallway and dead birds in your bathtub." I nodded. "And," Jay said, "your mysterious phone message last week." "Phone message?" I asked. "Yep," Jay said. "You said not to worry if I didn't hear from you. You had to go off travelling somewhere and couldn't say where or for how long." He shook his head. "Not sure why you thought I'd give a fuck, Pieman. That was the strangest part. Now, you put that kettle on or what? I'm gasping for a brew."